עוזי בזמרתיה ויהי לי לישועה. עוזי בזמרתיה ויהי לי לישועה.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
I think it's a good sign for a service when you have a whole bunch of people that don't want to sit down. They want to continue greeting each other and saying hello. We're going to give you another opportunity for that as well, because that is really the heart of how we create a sense of warmth and community together this morning. Welcome to Central Synagogue. I'm Rabbi Angela Buchdahl. I'm joined by Cantor Dan Mutlu, our rabbinic intern Rena Singer, by our wonderful musicians who uplift us every day. And there are two other people that will be leading us in prayer today. Perhaps you know one of them. Maybe you don't know either of them. You're visiting. But I have a feeling that by the end of services, you will actually love both of them. I'm going to invite Coco and Pierce to come up for 1 second so you know who's helping us in this service. They are becoming bar and bat mitzvah this morning and taking their place in our community and leading us both in prayer but also with words of Torah. So how are you guys feeling this morning?
Great.
Great? Yeah, good. Okay, we're going to take that. So I'm going to let you sit for the beginning of services as we kind of warm up this congregation in prayer and in song. We want to greet all of you who are watching us through live stream or through the virtual web, and we say Shabbat Shalom to all of you. And we want to thank our Shamashim who greeted as you came in. There is an order of service, hopefully, that you received, which has some of the songs that we sing, announcements, and a few other things. But the prayer book that we use is right in front of you in your seats, and we'll be reading in that together. But for this morning, we hope you'll join us whether or not you come from another synagogue or another faith tradition or another country altogether. We hope that you will bring your voices and your spirits to this worship experience with us. And the way that we're going to begin is by first knowing with whom we are praying. So if you'll take a moment, maybe reach across the aisle, introduce yourself to someone you don't know, and wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
So now that you have your prayer book in your hand, I'd like to invite you to take a minute to open it. And we are on page 5. And you can see that the prayer book has Hebrew, it has English translation, and it has the transliteration, which is the Hebrew written out in English. And the idea behind this is that any single person, no matter whether you've been going to services your whole life or whether this is your first time walking into a service, you can follow along. These prayers are for you. They're for all of us. And the more people who are singing or even just adding a lie, 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 the better and the stronger it will feel. So we invite you to join us on page 5 with Elohai Neshama.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Neshama, Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi, Tehorahi, Tehorahi, Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Neshama, Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi, Tehorahi, Tehorahi, Elohai, 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 Neshama, Neshama, Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi, Tehorahi, 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 Tehorahi.
We are on page 11 for Elu Devarim. And this prayer kind of tries to distill. There are so many rules in Judaism. There are so many laws and stories and such a long history, and it's all in different languages and coming from different periods of time. So how do we know when we come into this service what's important? What do we focus on? And Elu Devarim helps us distill the message. It helps us set an intention. So when you look at these simple ideas, what is important to us, it helps me start my morning by just focusing on one or two things and finding my intention for the service, for the week, whether it's going to be honoring your parents that you're focusing on, or welcoming guests. What do you want to focus on this morning and this coming week? We are reading together on the English on page 11. These are the things that one may do without limit: honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
The next page is Psalm 150, which offers up all the instruments that can offer gratitude and praise and joy this morning. But the very last one, Kol Hanshama Tehalelia, is that every breath can offer that gratitude and praise. Here's the thing. Scientists have told us that when you actually sing, it moves all this dead breath out of your body and puts all this fresh, new breath in your body. It literally makes you feel different. So we're all going to do that this morning. I promise you, if you start singing this song, even just one word of this song, you're going to feel different by the end of it. So here's the word. It's hallelujah. You have to actually expel breath just to say it. Try it. Hallelujah. Beautiful. So if you'll repeat after me, we'll sing it this time. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Nice start. Hallelujah. You got to reach for it this time. Hallelujah. Beautiful. Hallelujah. Try that. Hallelujah. And the last one. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Put that together. Hallelujah. Reach. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Beautiful. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Now we'll add the words of the psalm. Hallelujah, el bekocho. Hallelujah, birkia uzo. Hallelujah. Bikurotav, hallelujah, Kirov good love. Just hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. But take a shofar, hallelujah. ותק השופר, הללוהו, ונבל וכינור, הללוהו, וטוף ומחול, הללוהו, ומינים ועוגה. הללויה, 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 צלצלי שמה, הללויה, וצלצלי תרועה, כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה, 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 sanctuary definitely feels different after that. Thank you.
We rise and turn to page 13 for the Baruch Hu, our call to worship or our warm-up for the service.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai 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 lai.
You can be seated. We are on page 15. Here is the story of creation. You once walked through a garden, past a tree you saw each day, and fell hushed by a surprise. A perfect round egg enfolded in a nest, trembling from the possibility within it.
Or you clutched your parents' shrunken fingers as they waited for the end, and knew that just as they bore you into this world, it was your task to bear them into the next.
The sun set behind you as you looked over your shoulder, your eyes lingering on what you had lost. And then you turned toward the shimmering majesty of the night before you, counted the stars, and decided to live. We read together.
Our world is beyond our knowledge, greater than our understanding. Help us, God, to accept what we cannot understand, to love the beauty of creation without trying to control it. Teach us to bend with life, to repair what we can repair, to live with our questions, and to rejoice in your wonders. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. Blessed are you, Adonai, creator of all. There are prayers that feel immediate, like psalms of praise with instruments and expelling breath to utter hallelujah, praise be to God. And then there are prayers that are short, but really impactful and meaningful. And to really get the full weight behind those words, we need to spend a little more time just thinking about what these words mean and what they do in our lives. And that is true especially for the Shema, just 6 words long on page 21. Before we recite it together, as we do every service, we're going to meditate on these words in English. Hear, O Israel, Adonai, our God, is one. We'll sing this melody a few times, and by doing that, you'll start to sing it, you'll start to catch on, and this melody and this prayer and these words will enter our souls. Hear, O Israel, Adonai, our God is one. Hear, O Israel. Hear, O Israel, Adonai, Adonai, our God is one. Hear, O Israel, hear, O Israel, Adonai, Adonai, our God is one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed, Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בהם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We are on page 26. And I brought a reading that is not in the prayer book because part of what prayer does is it's supposed to evoke a sense of awe or wonder in our everyday. How can we wake up and be in total awe of what the universe, how the universe works. So I think that this poem tries to evoke that sense of what Micha Mocha and the awe of the everyday. Who is like you, who created heaven and earth, from the Big Bang to the smallest subatomic particle? Who is like you, who gave us legs to stand on, hands to touch, a face to love? Who indeed is like you, who allows dissent and disbelief, even as you command us in so many ways, who has plotted our destiny, yet given us freedom to choose? Who is like you, whom we seek from birth to death, from whom we take life, to whom we give our lives?
Ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar ba'kodesh, Yorah tehilot, Hosei feleh, Norah tehilot, Hosei feleh, micha mocha, ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar ba'kodesh, Norah tehilot, Hosei feleh, Norah tehilot, Hosei feleh. We continue now with the prayers of our hearts at this time in silent prayer. Create a pure heart within me, and let my soul wake up in your light. Open me to your presence, flood me with your Holy Spirit. Create a pure heart within me, and let my soul wake up in your light. Open me to your presence. Flood me with your Holy Spirit, and I will stand and sing out the power of your forgiveness. And I will teach your love to the lonely, and the lost will find their way home. We rise now and turn to page 28. And I will stand and sing out the power of your forgiveness, and I will teach your love to the lonely, and the lost will find their way home. Adonai sefatai tiftach, Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר, מושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, בנאמנתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקום.
אחד הוא אלוהינו,
הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה, 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 הללויה,
The light of the Torah shines forth from Zion. Adonai's teachings flow through Jerusalem.
Scroll has nurtured I want you today. Jesus, love and justice, hope and peace.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai iti ונרוממה שמו יחדיו.
It is now my pleasure to call up the generations of Coco and Pierce's family for the passing of the Torah. I'll invite the rest of the congregation to please be seated. Pierce and Coco, this is a very important moment. We think of you not only standing here on the bima of Central Synagogue for your bar and bat mitzvah, but also that in a very symbolic way, you're actually standing at Sinai like our people did for generations, all the way stretching back maybe 3,000 years. It's said that when we receive this Torah, it has at least 70 faces, meaning you can read it in a lot of different ways. So that even though this scroll has literally the exact same words as every Torah scroll that has ever been passed down through our people, all the way back in millennia, it is never the same Torah because you will read it differently. You will read it through the individual lens of your life experience, through the stories of the parents that you have and the ancestors that you carry, and all the family stories that stretch back in a line that goes way beyond what you could see in this sanctuary. And very much it includes the God-given gifts that you each have that are unique and cannot be replicated in any other person. And so we know that you will make this a living Torah, not just an ancient document. We're going to have the gift of seeing a little bit of that today when you teach us your Torah portion today. But we hope that you will hold this tight, that you will make it your own, and you will be at least one of the 70 beautiful faces of this Torah so that we can make this a living tradition for generations to come. It's with great love and with great pride we pass this Torah to you today.
You are gifts, and you are blessings. You are history in song. You are hope, and you are healing. You are learning to be strong. Ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ledor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation. Ledor vador these lips will praise your name.
Please rise.
Hallelujah, 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 el bekocho, hallelujah, bekirya uzo, hallelujah. Bigurotav, hallelujah, Kerov good Lord. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Beteka shofar, hallelujah, beneben chinor, hallelujah, betofu machol, hallelujah, ben minim beugav, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 betziltele shama, hallelujah, betziltele trua, kol hanshama te hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 el bekocho, hallelujah, biguria uzo, hallelujah, bigurotam, hallelujah. Here of good Lord.
Please be seated.
Before I start, I would like to thank everybody at Central who made this day possible. Today's portion is about Esau and Jacob, the sons of Isaac and Rebekah. When the twins are born, Esau comes out first. As they get older, Jacob wants the benefits of being the firstborn. As each parent picks a favorite son, Rebekah favored Jacob and Isaac favored Esau. When the parents picked favorites, it created a combative relationship between the two brothers. As time passed and Isaac began to get sick and blind, he knew it was time to give his special blessing designated for one of his children. Isaac favored Esau because Esau was a hunter and a chef. So Isaac decided it was time to give Esau the blessing. Before Isaac could give Esau these words, Esau had to hunt for food and prepare it for his father. So Esau went out to hunt. While that was happening, Rebekah found out about Isaac's plan to give Esau the blessing. Rebekah favored Jacob. She wanted him to receive the blessing instead of Esau. Rebekah quickly came up with a plan for Jacob to execute. Rebekah dressed Jacob in Esau's clothes and gave Jacob cooked food to bring to Isaac. When Jacob got to Isaac, Isaac said that Jacob smelled and felt like Esau, even though Jacob did not sound like Esau. This did not matter because Jacob had the food that Isaac requested. Isaac's lack of sight prevented him from knowing who was actually receiving his blessing. Rebekah's plan worked, and Jacob got his father's blessing. When Esau came home from hunting, he prepared it for his father, which he then brought to Isaac to get his blessing. Isaac was confused and said he already gave Esau his blessing. Then Esau and Isaac realized that they were fooled by Jacob. Esau then begged his father for a blessing also. Isaac said he couldn't do that because he only had one blessing and he had given it to Jacob. Esau was furious and even started to cry because his brother had taken everything away from him. There was an earlier event where Jacob took Esau's birthright, and now he even took Isaac's blessing. Esau said that he wanted to kill his brother. When Rebekah was alerted to this, she wanted Jacob to be safe, so she sent Jacob to her brother in another land. My portion has taught me that when parents pick favorites, it could cause the family to be dysfunctional. Isaac and Rebekah's family was heavily influenced by each favoriting a different son. Rebekah favored Jacob. She encouraged him to lie and cheat Esau of something very important. Maybe if Esau had got the blessing from Isaac, the brothers might have one day realized what they missed out on as kids. Overall, I think parents picking favorites is a bad idea. Favoritism creates a rivalry between both parents and kids. I'm lucky that my parents don't pick favorites between me and my brother Austin. I know this is true because they love us and try to help my brother and me succeed equally. My experience teaches me that parents picking favorites is bad. If each parent had chosen one of us over the other, my parents and I would fight about everything. I'm grateful that I have such good parents, and I'm grateful to have a brother like Austin who I get along with so well, even though he plays football better than I do right now. This morning, I'm becoming a bar mitzvah. This experience and this Torah portion have given me a lot to think about and a lot to be thankful for. I hope as I grow older, I can be the one who makes much better decisions than Isaac and Rebekah do in this week's portion. I hope to keep the lesson that my parents and family have taught me.
Okay, go ahead.
My portion is taken from Parshat Toldot from the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verses 18 to 29. The translation is on page 186 in the Torah commentary. For my first aliyah, I call upon my Zadie, Herb, uncles Ian and Todd, and family friends Trudy Mason and Fausto Cayava. For my second aliyah, I call upon my parents Louis and Lauren, my brother Austin, and family friends Patty Finkelstein and Mia Rizzo.
Adonai HaMorach, Baruch Adonai HaMorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher basharanu mikol ha'amim, v'nathan et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai, Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vayavo el avi, vayomer avi, vayomer hineni mi'ata beni, vayomer Yaakov el avi, anochi Esav bechoreha asiti ka'asher dibarta elai kumna sheva. Ve'ochla mitzedi ba'avor tivarhani nafshevha. Vayomer Yitzhak el beno mazeh miharta limso beni. Vayomer ki hikra Adonai Elohecha lefanai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher natan lanu Torah emes v'chayei olam nechtan b'techalteinu Baruch atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Amen.
Wait for the next Aliyah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'chabanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Yitzhak el Yaakov Geshana Ushkali Ushkali beni ha'ata ze beni Esav imlo. Vayigash Yaakov el Yitzhak aviv vaymushehu vayomer hakol kol Yaakov v'hayadayim yedei Esav. V'lo hikiro ki hayu yadav kidei Esav achiv seirot vayvarchehu. Vayomer ata ze beni Esav. Vayomer ani. Vayomer hagisha li ve'ochla mitzed beni lema'an tivarechecha nafshi. Vayigesh lo vayochal vayave lo yain vayesh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Pierce, there's a lot of pride on this bima this morning and in this congregation, and we're just so inspired by what you've done already and what you're going to do, still to do. And I think about the words that you just shared with us, that you're teaching, where you taught us that it was really not great in the Torah for Jacob and Esau to be favored by one parent and the other, and it created all this conflict. And you teaching us that story today is what it's all about. What it's all about, you coming to the Torah at this moment. As the rabbi said, you're part of this chain that goes back all the way to Sinai. And when we call you to the Torah by your Hebrew name, we don't call you only by your Hebrew name, but also your parents' Hebrew names, because we want to show that linking of the chains. And we use our imaginations not even that much to see that you have taught us from the very Torah that you have taken upon yourself today. And we even got to hear a little bit of your humor. And I know that you told me that maybe not everybody knows that you're actually a funny guy. And we believe it. We believe that you're a funny guy, and you get that humor too from the generations that have come before you. Those are all gifts, just like your Hebrew name, just like this Torah that you have taught us from today and that you're chanting so beautifully from. So it is a privilege to call you up to the Torah today for the very first time as a bar mitzvah by your Hebrew name. Yamod, 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 Habar Mitzvah, Peretz ben Ari Leib V'hinda Tova.
Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Ata Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen.
Vayomer Elav Yitak Aviv Vayigesh Lo Ushkali Beni Vayigash Vayishak Lo Vayarach Et Reach Bigadav Vayvarhehu Vayomer Re'eh Reach Sa Beni Kureah Sadeh Asher Bercho Adonai V'iten Laha Ha-Elohim Mital Hashamayim Umishmanei Haaretz V'rov Dagan V'tirosh Ya'abducha Amim V'yishtachavu Lecha Le'umim Hevei Gevir Le'achecha V'yishtachavu Lecha B'nei Imecha Orecha Aror Umivarecha Baruch. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu Baruch Ata Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen.
I will continue with chapter 27, verses 30 to 40, found on page 186. For my first Aliyah, I call upon my mom and dad, Kathy and Salva, and my sisters Raquel and Isabella. For my second Aliyah, I call upon my grandma Peggy, uncles Hank and David and Benjamin, and aunts Carla, Eliana, Annie, and Janice.
Rosie and Alex too. Yes. Okay. No, you stay here. Oh, you stay here. Okay. Ready? Can't say anything. Come on. Okay. Should we do it now? Okay.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher B'Habanu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Atah Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen. Vayehi ka'asher kila yit'a levarech et Yaakov Vayehi ach Yatsa, Yatsa, Yaakov, Me'et Pene, Yitzhak Avi, Ve'esav Ahiv, Ba Mitzedo, Vayas Gamhu, Mat Amim, Vayave, Le'aviv, Vayomer Le'aviv, Yakum Avi, Vayohal Mitzed Beno, Ba'avur Tevarhani Nafsheha, Vayomer Lo, Yitzhak Aviv Mi'ata, Vayomer Ani, Binha Vechorhav Esav, Vayeherad Yitzhak Harada, Gedola Ad Me'od, Vayomer Mi'efo, Hu Hatzad Said, Vayaveli, Va'ochal Mikol, Beterem Tavo, Va'avarhihu, Gam Baruch Yiyeh.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet V'achir olam nat berota eronu Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Hold on, because the next Elliot is going to come up.
Baruch Adonai Meborach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Meborach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bahav banu mikolam ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה Adonai נותן התורה.
Amen.
Amen. Kishmoa Esav et Divrei Aviv, Vayitzak Tze'aka, Gedola Umara, Ad Me'od, Vayomer Le'aviv, Barhini Gam Ani Avi, Vayomer Ba'ahiha Bemirmach, Vayikach Birhateha, Vayomer Hahi Kara Shemo Yaakov, Vayakveni Sefa Amayim, Et Behorati Lakach, Vehine Ata Lakach Birchati, Vayomar Haloat Saltali Beracha, Vaya Anitak, Vayomer Le'esav, Hein Gevir, Samtiflach, Ve'et Kol Echa, Natati Lo, La'avadim, Vedagan Vetiros, Semaktiv, Ulha Efo, Ma'esef Beni.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת והיא עולם נתת בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Awesome. Thank you.
Coco, how inspiring. And this is the moment now where we officially call you to the Torah as a bat mitzvah. And I hope you'll allow me to kind of make this stretch with your Hebrew name. Aviva is your Hebrew name. Do you know what Aviva means? Aviv? Spring, exactly. I couldn't help but notice that you just chanted the word Aviv like 20 times. But that word aviv in this Torah portion is not spring. It's his father or his ancestors or your ancestors. And I'm making this connection with you because your Hebrew name comes from this long line, this long chain of tradition of hopes and dreams for you, that you would be at this moment, this morning, reading from the Torah and teaching us and leading our service. And the fact that you chanted that word so many times, your ancestors, his ancestors, her ancestors, it links you to that chain of tradition and makes what you have shared with us today such a beautiful gift. And we are just so thrilled to be with you in this moment, to celebrate this moment with you. When we talked, you said that you were nervous about your preparation, and truly, I think the rabbi will agree, the students who say that they're nervous are the ones that calm us down the most, because you just approach everything with such seriousness, with such poise, and that is also part of the gift that you bring to us and the gift that you bring to the Jewish people. So we are, with all of that, so thrilled to welcome you today as a bat mitzvah, call you to the Torah by your Hebrew name for the very first time. Ta'amod, 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 ha-bat mitzvah, aviva bat chaya b'salil.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol hamim, venatan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Vayomer Esav el Aviv, havaracha ahat hilecha, avi barchini gam ani avi. Vayisav Esav kolo vayev vayan yitzhak aviv vayomer elav hine mishmane haaretz yihyeh moshavecha umitol hashamayim me'al ve'al harbecha tihyeh ve'et ahiha ta'avod v'hayat kasher tarid uvarakta ulo me'al tavarecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Please rise.
I'm going to lift the Torah.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la.
First of all, I would like to thank everyone at Central Synagogue for helping me prepare for this special day. I would also like to thank my family for supporting me and thank all of you for being here. My Torah portion is about a family that does not work well. It's the story of Isaac and Rebekah and their twins Esau and Jacob. It's a family that definitely shows sibling rivalry and favoritism. Not that we have any of that in our family. I have to admit that I had a hard time understanding the dynamics of this family. Talk about dysfunctional. It makes the people on the TV show Modern Family look totally normal. I started to wonder why the story would be in the Torah. There must be something deeper. The Torah wouldn't tell a story this messed up without a good reason. In any case, I can relate to the story because I think that each person in this portion can easily represent a part of all of us, and of course, a part of me. First, let me tell you who the characters are and a quick summary of the story. Isaac, the father, is blind and old and favors Esau, who is the firstborn of twins, Esau and Jacob, by just a second. By the way, Jacob comes out holding Esau's heel. Who knows if he was using Esau to help pull him out or he was trying to pull Esau back in. Isaac is set in his ways and he is traditional and thinks that Esau should get the blessing because he is the firstborn. Rebecca, the mom, is really tricky. She tricks Isaac and Esau to get what she thinks is right and forces Jacob to do something that isn't honest. I told you this was a crazy family. And Esau is rough and animalistic. He likes to hunt, go after things without thinking. He's really impulsive. Jacob is nerdy, a great student of the Torah, quiet, serious, and thoughtful. Okay, now here's the story. Isaac is getting old and already blind and wants to give his blessing to the firstborn Esau. A while ago, in an impulsive moment, Esau had given his birthright away to Jacob, his twin, for a bowl of stew that Jacob had cooked, but Isaac doesn't know that. Not a great decision. But anyway, Isaac tells Esau he wants him to go hunt and bring him a delicious meal, and then he will give him his blessing. Rebecca overhears this and schemes to make sure Jacob gets the blessing instead of Esau. So Esau goes out to hunt, and Rebecca tells Jacob to cover his skin in animal skin and put on one of Esau's hairy coats so Isaac will think he's Esau when he touches him, because Esau is rough and hairy and Jacob is smooth. Remember, Isaac is blind, so Rebecca then prepares a delicious dinner and has Jacob take it to Isaac and pretend he's Esau. Isaac questions the voice in the hand, but finally is fooled into giving the blessing to Jacob. Isaac comes home, and when he discovers what happened, Esau comes home, and when he discovers what happened, he threatens to kill Jacob. Rebecca sends Jacob away. So how are Isaac, Rebecca, Jacob, and Esau parts of my own personality? Like Isaac, I can sometimes be blind to things around me or to someone's true nature. That reminds me a little bit of my dad. He's not blind in the real sense, thank goodness. But boy is he blind when my sisters and I wrap him around our finger to get what we want. I can easily get stubborn, ask my mom and dad, and get set in my ways just to make a point. I do not always see the truth about a person or a situation, and that leads me to making wrong decisions. For example, I had something happen to me with a friend that completely shocked me because I did not see it coming. I never thought that this would happen because we were so close and I trusted this person and I thought this person had my back. I was really disappointed when I discovered that I hadn't seen this person clearly and had expected things to be different. Unfortunately, I was blind to the truth. This situation turned out to be a gift because it taught me to keep my eyes open and not to be blind to what's in front of me. Then there's Esau. He represents the part of me that is impatient, not thinking things through, rushing, as my mom would say, not being mindful. Much less thoughtful and much more bratty. Basically, my immature self. Sometimes I'll rush through my homework to get it over with and not realize in that moment what it'll cost me in the future. It is sort of like short-term fun really messes up your long-term results. Doing an impulsive act without any thought for the future is trouble. I mean, Esau gave his birthright away for a bowl of stew. Then Jacob, Rebekah's favorite. He studied the Torah. He did everything right. He listened to his mother, even to the point of tricking his brother. I relate to Jacob's seriousness, but I'm not sure about tricking his sibling. Sometimes I think about tricking Raquel and Isabella, but I think they're trickier than I am. I definitely had the hardest time with Rebekah. She seemed so tricky. She lied to her oldest son Esau and lied to her husband. Then I tried to see her point of view. What would make a mother do that? By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if my mom changed the clock to make me go to bed earlier. Going back to Rebekah, maybe her intuition told her that she had to do this terrible thing to save the future of the Jews. What I love about the Jewish religion is that it makes you talk about things, and there are so many layers to what Rebekah did and why she did it. How could she be so tricky and mean? Then I read something that said that Rebekah somehow knew that Jacob needed to be the leader of the Jewish people for the sake of the next generations. So maybe her intuition saved the future generations of the Jews, but maybe not. Maybe she just wasn't a great person. I don't know. Was Rebekah tricky, or was she just listening to her heart? I don't know. I do know, though, that already in my life, I've had to make really hard decisions. Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do, like Rebekah. I learned that I cannot be blind like Isaac, and I need to see things as they truly are. I learned that not to be impulsive like Esau and think of my results in my actions. I learned that being tricky like Rebekah is not cool, no matter what the outcome is. But like Rebekah, I may need to make decisions that are really hard, but right in the bigger picture. And finally, I learned about making good choices, being responsible and thinking of the future like Jacob. There's really no black and white in this world. Sometimes it's easy to judge people too quickly, and we think there's just one way to be right or wrong. But I learned from this story that it's really difficult to know what to do at certain times. Sometimes there's more gray in a story than we think. Another thing that really struck me was that it's so important for siblings like Jacob and Esau to get along. If siblings cannot get along, how will it ever be possible to have world peace? As I enter my life as a bat mitzvah, I hope I will always carry a part of Rebekah's intuition and courage in one pocket, and a part of Jacob's thoughtful, mature intelligence in the other, and try to make all my choices with their legacy in my heart. The Haftorah for this week is taken from the book Malachi. I will be reading chapter 1, verses 1 to 5, found on page 341 in the Torah commentary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar binviim tovim veratza v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai Haboher Batorah Uvmoshe Avdo Uvisrael Amo Uvinvieh Ha'emet V'Tzedek.
Amen.
Masa Devar Adonai El Israel Beyad Malachi Ahavti Etchem Amar Adonai Ba'amartem Bama Ahavtanu Haloach Esav LeYaakov Ne'um Adonai Ba'ohav Et Yaakov Ve'et Esav Saneti Ba'asim et harav Shemamach Ve'et nahalato Letanot midbar Kitomar Edom Rush Ashnu Venashuv Venifnei Haravot Ko Amar Adonai Tsevaot Hema Yivnu Va'ani Eheros Bekaru Lachem Givul Rish'ah Vecha'am Asher Da'am Adonai Ad Olam Ve'enechem Tir'ena Ve'atem Tomru Yigvul Adonai Me'al Livgul Israel.
So you can say one. Go on this microphone.
I will continue with chapter 2, verses 1 to 3, found on page 342.
I have the same problem. Go for it.
Ve'ata aleichem ha-mitzvah hazot ha-kohanim im lo tishme'u ve'im lo tasimu alev latei kavod lishmi Amar Adonai Tivot Veshilakti Vachem et Chama Eira V'aroti et Birhotechem V'gam Aroticha Ki Anchem Samim Alev Kinini Goer Lachem et Hazeh V'zeriti Feresh Al Panechem Peresh Hagechem Vinasa Etchem Elav.
We continue with the blessing. No, Pierce up here. Yeah, it's okay. We're going to continue with the blessing after the Haftarah on page 34. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Tzur Kol Haolamim Tzadik Bechol Hadorot Ha'el Haneman Haomer Ve'oseh Hamedaber Umekayem Shekol Devarav Emet Vatzedek Al HaTorah Ve'al HaAvodah Ve'al Hanbiim Ve'al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh Shenatata Lanu Adonai Eloheinu Likdusha Ve'limnucha Lechavod Ultifaret Al HaKol Adonai Eloheinu Anachnu Modim Lach Umevarechim Otach Yitbarach Shimcha Befi Kol Chai Tamid Leolam Vaed Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. We're going to call back up to the Bima, Coco, and Pierce because we have a very special moment that we want to celebrate together. If you look out into the congregation, I hope you can all see how much joy and pride and the smiles on people's faces because you have led us so beautifully, both of you. And we want to celebrate this moment with you. So we're going to sing together, Siman Tov Mazel Tov. Please rise so we can celebrate this moment. Siman Tov Mazel mazel tov, simin tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, Yehelanu, 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 Ulechol Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael.
Please be seated. That was a good switch. There we go. Keep a switch. So poor Rebecca, at the beginning of this Torah portion, as you heard, our pregnant matriarch is told that she has not just two boys who are fighting in her womb, but they represent two nations warring in her womb. You see, Jacob is not just Jacob. Jacob is seen as the progenitor and namesake of the whole Jewish people. His name is changed from Jacob to Israel, and he's known to be book smart and cunning and a God wrestler, and he would later become the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. And Esau, his older twin brother, is known as the prototypical enemy of Israel. He is nicknamed Edom, which means the red one, because he comes out of the womb all red and hairy, and he's willing to trade his birthright, as you heard, for a bowl of red lentil soup. And he is seen as a strong man, a hunter, impulsive, as you heard, not so bright. And Edom is considered the father of the Edomites, who is a perpetual enemy of the Israelites, as well as the ancestor of our enemy Amalek and the Romans and many more. Esau becomes our archetypal enemy. Now, I don't think that the Torah is trying to tell us that Jacob and Esau, that this is truly who they are in their essence. I think that the Torah is actually trying to point to a tendency that we have in our human nature to take individual actors and then make judgments about an entire people based on sometimes just that little anecdotal evidence we have about one person. The way that we might say, oh, I know a Jew. Jews think like this. Oh, I have a gay friend. Gays are all like this. And so they're trying to guard against that tendency in a way. Now, I think we all know what it's like and how dangerous it can be if we use that kind of prejudice and stereotype against a race or a nation in a negative way, like the way our president is portraying a mass of people who are in a caravan trying to come and take refuge in our country. When we conflate a group of people into an entire category like Esau, we depersonalize them. We rob entire nations and peoples of their individuality. We don't allow ourselves to see any humanity, but rather a stereotype of a group. So we know that's bad when we do that negatively. But today I also want to offer that even expressing positive prejudice, positive prejudgment about an entire group can also be quite dangerous, like the way we might see Jacob or Israel, the Jewish people. You might say, how can that be dangerous? Isn't it good to think that a whole group of people is good? How bad could it be to lump all these Jews together if what we're saying is positive? And it's true that our Jewish people, we understandably like to take pride in a few Jewish actors and then use that to talk about our entire people. How often do we say, oh, Jews are so exceptionally smart. Have you seen how many Jewish Nobel Prize winners there are? Or we say, have you noticed how many university presidents are Jews and how many media companies they run and how many banks they're running and how many, people are in Congress? Well, yes, we should feel pride in that. And you can find individuals and even groups of Jews who exemplify success in their many realms. But the extrapolation out to, Jews are so powerful in media and in finance and in government are exactly the same tropes that anti-Semites have used against Jews for centuries. Christopher Brown, who's a professor from Oxford, has a line that a philo-Semite is just an anti-Semite who likes Jews. Now, he's saying that those people who identify that we really love the Jews have really embraced the same stereotypes of Jews. They just see them in a positive light. Another more colloquial version of this idea I saw in a headline in the satirical newspaper, The Onion. It read, "Affable anti-Semite thinks the Jews are doing a super job with the media." Now, I think that we all know that positive stereotypes, when they're still stereotypes, can turn quickly. You could ask the Asians who are suing Harvard University right now for their admissions process. I've also seen a story of how philo-Semitism can flip and be the flip coin of anti-Semitism in the country of my own birth, which is South Korea. My Korean mother visits Korea every year. And she's been telling me over the last decade the way that it's been very interesting how Jews are featured highly in news media and other places as sort of the model people. And you might be surprised to know that the Talmud, our compendium of Jewish law, the Talmud is taught in Korean public schools. You can find copies, pocket copies of the Talmud in the equivalent of a 7-Eleven store. And there are reportedly more copies of Talmuds in homes in South Korea than in homes in Israel. Okay, so, and they really believe that the Talmud is sort of the secret to Jews' ability to both be deeply educated and think critically, and also to hold on to tradition while modernizing, and it is the key to Jewish success. And they really see that as like a very positive thing. So it was a little bit of a surprise a few years ago when the ADL did a survey of anti-Semitism around the world and reported that South Korea was among the most anti-Semitic nations. And I thought to myself, how is that possible? I know they love the Jews, but this did not take into account the way the data understood the way Koreans heard the questions. So for example, among the questions that a third of Koreans agreed with this question, Jews don't care what happens to anyone except for their own kind. And 2/3 agreed with the question, Jews think that they are better than other people. But that didn't reflect the fact that Koreans actually thought those were very positive things. Yes, they think they're better than everyone. And yes, they care about themselves, maybe more than they care about the other people around them. But groups that cite these kinds of ideas and stereotypes in an approving way can very quickly turn those stereotypes in a bad way, especially when there's a perceived threat or a change in mood. And this was interesting. A few years ago, Samsung, one of the largest corporations in all of Korea, wanted to have a merger of a few of their companies, and they faced opposition from one of their main stakeholders, which was a large US hedge fund run by a prominent Jew. And in a remarkable and kind of uncomfortable twist, the group and its founder, when he opposed this merger with Samsung, found himself the target of anti-Semitic slurs and cartoons portraying him as a vulture man. In fact, a Korea business news site wrote things like, Jews are known to wield enormous power on Wall Street and in global financial circles. Jewish money has long been known to be ruthless and merciless. So after protest, these news sites took down their articles and cartoons, and Samsung denounced anti-Semitism. But you saw, boy, how quickly that turned. This points to the danger of stereotyping a group or a nation, even when we think we're doing it positively. Our rabbis understood that danger. Their interpretation of Jacob and Esau as prototypical Jewish nation and enemy nation was not so much to be instructive as it was to be descriptive, and to tell us that this is what we need to guard against in our human nature. We have to continue to reduce prejudice or judgment of groups, because this doesn't allow us to see the individuals within it as who they are, free of prejudgment. In Deuteronomy, there is a line that says, you shall not hate an Edomite, for an Edomite is your fellow human being. So even though Esau, also known as Edom, was known to be our worst enemy, the Torah says we still have to recognize the humanity in the Edomite. The individual cannot get lost in the label Edom. So perhaps the most important lesson here is we really need to see ourselves for our individual beings, not for the labels that we carry, whether or not we see them in a positive or a negative way. So we're not just the child of our parents. We are not just who we are as part of the Jewish people, although I hope you carry all those things with pride. We are each individual people with unique contributions to the world. And I think we saw that this morning on such beautiful display. The way that Coco and Pierce, you came, in many ways you carry so many of the values and traditions and positive aspects of the people that you come from and your families and the community, but you are very much each your own self. You stand alone and you are not the same as your brother, you are not the same as your sisters, you are each unique gifts of God. And we got to see the way that you bring your eyes of the world into this community and into the way that you read Torah and interpret it for us. We see your unique sense of humor, your unique intelligence, and your compassion and your thoughtfulness. And it has been truly a blessing to see you come up and stand up as yourself, really yourself, getting to say, this is who I am. This is who I am in this community. So what a blessing it is. We hope that you never lose sight of that. We hope you continue to hold yourself with pride as you did today. And I want to offer you a blessing in front of the ark, including our tradition's oldest blessing. And as I do that, I invite the whole community to take a moment to take in these two young people who are taking their place in our congregation and in the Jewish people, and to offer them a private word of blessing as well. Please rise.
Taking your place in an enduring light. This is the day that you stood up to say, our tradition is mine. You have now read the Torah. It's been passed on to you. It's our law and our story, but each telling is new. It is said we stood at Sinai, and today you know you're there. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer. Taking your place in a resilient line. This is the day that you stood up to say, our tradition is mine. You have now held the Torah, forged a link to the past. You're the face of our future, and the reason we last. ללכת בדרכיו ולשמור מצוותיו כל העמים. May you walk in God's ways, and may all of your days be blessings. It is said we stood at Sinai, and today you know you're there. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer. It is said we stood at Sinai, and today you know you're there. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer.
We will now continue with concluding prayers on page 36 with the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We always conclude all of our services with a moment for memory, calling to mind those who are no longer here, but very much a part of this moment, perhaps in our hearts. Their spirits are with us. Perhaps you are coming here from different communities and you are mourning a loved one. We invite you to please share that name with us aloud before we say our names. May their memories be an abiding blessing. We add to them Phyllis Scoot Bamberger, wife of Michael and mother of Kenny and Rich, sister of Ed. Robert Brodsky, husband of Phyllis. Martin Glassberg, brother of Claire Miller. Thelma Haberman, Chesna Newen, wife of Steve and Jonas and mother of Mark. Sylvia Richeski, mother of Mark. Stacy Radin, wife of Brian and mother of Jordan and Justin. Irving Solf, father of Rabbi Mosolf. Richard Samuels, father of David. Miriam Schulman, mother of Tamara. Lee Silverstein, father of Michelle Migden. Leon Weinstein, father of Jeff Albert Klein. We also name those who were killed this week in the mass shooting in Thousand Oaks, naming just a few to represent the too many. Deputy Sergeant Ron Hellis, Cody Kaufman, Elena Housley, Christina Morissette. The yard sites from our community are listed in the order of service. We join together in recalling all of their memories. May their memories be an abiding blessing as we join together in Kaddish Tome on page 37. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitma'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the one who brings peace to the world help us make peace here on earth for everyone. And we say together, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom,
שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Thank you for bringing us such a joyful morning. We feel changed from the way we came, and we are so happy to celebrate with you. We'll close out our service with words of,
ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון.
for the Jews there will be light and joy and gladness. How perfect for us. The words can be found on the bottom of page 4 of your order of service. ליהודים
הייתה אורה, הייתה אורה, ושמחה וששון ויקר. ליהודים הייתה אורה, הייתה אורה, ושמחה וששון ויקר.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.